Okay, let's get right into it. Today we are talking all about emergency response plans. We're going to break down how to handle those high-stakes situations in our modern digital world. So let me ask you this, straight up. An emergency hits, I mean a real one. What's your first move? No, really, think about it. If you had to pause for even a second to answer that, well, that's exactly why we're here today. When a crisis hits, that hesitation can make all the difference. And the thing that separates total chaos from a situation that's under control, it's not luck, it's a plan. A good plan, one you've actually practiced, turns that oh no moment into, okay, here's what we do next. It's what makes you a responder, not just a bystander. And this is where things get really interesting. We're not just talking about some dusty old manual that sits on a shelf, right? This quote nails it. A modern emergency plan needs to be creative, it needs to be innovative to actually work. It's less about memorizing a checklist and more about building a mindset, a way of thinking that helps you solve problems when the pressure's on. That's the game changer.
So how do you get there? How do you build that kind of mindset? Well, you start with a blueprint. And that's what this training is all about. It's designed to give you that rock-solid foundation, the structure you need so you can handle whatever comes your way. And look, this stuff isn't just a nice to have. It's a professional duty. We're talking about complying with major international standards like OSHA's 18001 and ISO 14001, and getting a handle on Malaysian legal requirements. But here's the most important part. We're going to show you how to set up your emergency response team, your ERT, so that everyone knows exactly what their job is. No more guessing, just clear roles and responsibilities from first aid to communication. So here's a quick look at how we get it all done in just 2 days. On day 1, we build the foundation. We're talking international standards, legal stuff, your team structure, and all your gear and communication protocols. Then, day 2, that's when we get our hands dirty. We'll dive into fire safety, chemical handling, rescue techniques, and, this is key, we'll actually prepare and test your emergency plan. And that brings us to the best part, mastering real life-saving skills. This is where we go way beyond just theory. We're talking about building actual capabilities that you can use in the real world. These aren't just facts to remember. They're actions you'll be able to take. Think about what you'll be able to do. You'll master fire safety and firefighting so you can confidently control a fire. You'll know exactly how to handle dangerous chemical spills or gas leaks. You'll learn advanced rescue techniques to properly help your colleagues. And you'll even learn how to make sure all that life-saving gear is always ready to go. This is about real empowerment. Okay, but here's what really sets this whole thing apart. It's one thing to learn about something in a classroom and another thing entirely to do it. We're bridging that gap. This is where knowledge meets practice. Because, let's be honest, knowledge is only powerful when you actually use it. You can read a manual on how to use a fire extinguisher 100 times, but until you've held one, pulled the pin, and used it for real, it's all just theory, isn't it?
And that's why we get you hands-on. You're going to be using portable fire extinguishers. You're going to be operating a fire hose reel and hydrant. We'll run simulations for chemical spills and have you identify hazards right there in the workplace. This is how you build muscle memory. This is the stuff that sticks. So what's the end result of all this? Simple. You become the go-to person on your team. You become the one who steps up when it really truly counts. You're the expert they'll turn to. And a huge part of this is who you're learning from. This training is practical, and it's led by a very experienced trainer. We're not talking about someone who's just read the books. We're talking about someone who's been in the field and has the real-world stories and insights to prove it. So, you might be wondering, is this course for me? Well, if you're part of an emergency response team, then absolutely yes. But it's also perfect for first-line managers and even non-managerial staff. Honestly, if you're anyone who is committed to making your workplace safer, then you're in the right place. This quote here is fantastic. It says, boost your work productivity. Do join now to brush up your skills. And you might think, wait, how does an emergency course boost productivity? It's all about confidence. When your whole team knows you've got a plan and you've got the skills to handle anything, people can relax and focus on their jobs. That's what creates a truly productive workplace. So, let's circle back to that first question. In a real emergency, what's the first move? The bigger question is, are you ready to be the one who knows the answer without even thinking about it? Are you ready to lead when it matters most? If you are, then it's time to sign up.